Valentine's Day. With a reduced championship schedule, we thought we'd show some love to the top of League One. So we booked a date with the Cardiff City team who were on cloud nine.
The Bluebirds are flying after 10 games without defeat. Barry Murphy has lifted the gloom of relegation and replaced it with title-winning ambition. However, they're not alone at the top, with surprise contenders Lincoln City hoping to knock them off their perch. With only 2 points separating the pair, there's no margin for error. Cardiff's unbeaten run could be tested by in-form Luton Town, who are hunting a third win on the spin after a key victory over 6th place Bradford City last weekend. Jack Wilshere's made a steady start to managerial life and is hoping to move one step closer to a playoff position.
So can Cardiff keep the good times rolling, or will Luton Town rock the boat? Find out with your commentator, Dan Windle.
Will Cardiff put down another marker in the title race as the hosts seek to extend their advantage at the summit? Barry Murphy makes 2 changes to his side that won at Rotherham United last time out. Callum Chambers and David Turnbull come into the starting 11. Back-to-back victories have kept Luton on the coattails of the League One playoffs. Can Jack Wilshere's men deliver a first away win since the start of November? Izzy Jones makes his first start since mid-November, the one alteration for the visitors. This is a trip to South Wales. Wilshere admits rather excites him. Can his Hatters halt the league leaders this afternoon? Could they gatecrash the playoff party? The host getting on the front foot. Worked well into Colwill. An opportunity now with his head down to burst towards the penalty box. Still going Colwill. Cut back. Turnbull! Cardiff strike first. The Scottish international with the smart finish into the bottom corner. Gifted space Turnbull and making no mistake from close range. After an excellent assist from Joe Colwill. They've won 5 of their last 6 league meetings with Cardiff Luton. Trying to respond here. Devante Cole over halfway, threaded forward. Jones in behind, Bagan getting back at him inside the box. Points to the spots. The referee, Ollie Yates, took an age to make the decision. A yellow for the left back. Clearly the referee, Ollie Yates, feeling he made a genuine attempt to get the ball. Wilshere left furious. Jordan Clark settles himself. A deep breath. Clark against Trotz. Dispatched. No mistake. The ever-dependable Jordan Clark. Beating the outstretched hand of Trott. Gets Luton Town back on level terms. Palmer pounced on. Now a chance for Colwill. Into the box. Cardiff back in front. Driving his boyhood club back towards the championship. Joe Colwill. An assist and now a goal in the first half for the youngster. And he certainly was given a helping hand by the visitors. Ng, edge of the box. Perry Ng! A strike as straight as Cupid's arrow. The leaders turning the screw. A third first half goal for Barry Murphy's side. Robertson now with the in-swinger. Osho tickles the woodwork. Attacked it brilliantly well, the centre-half. The keeper, Josh Keeley, was beaten. Tanner striking it goalwards. Big deflection of Mengi, taking it just wide. The Hatters are hanging on. Cardiff, so strong at home. Unbeaten in their last 10 league games. Striding towards 11. Willock forces a smart save out of Josh Keeley. Chris Willock, a former teammate to Jack Wilshere at Arsenal. Trying to add Cardiff's fourth. It's been excellent game management from the league leaders in this second half. In towards Callum Robinson. Keeley keeps it somehow at 3. Off the bench, you'd have backed Callum Robinson to bury this chance. The league leaders wait for the full-time whistle. There it is. 3 first-half goals in South Wales settle the afternoon for Cardiff. They remain imperious at home. Luton remain lightweight on the road. Over to you, Lincoln. Full-time. Cardiff 3, Luton Town 1.
League leaders Cardiff City impress as they've beaten Luton by 3-1. I'm joined by a very happy Brian Barry Murphy. Another dominant display. You must be pleased with what you saw out there.
Yeah, very pleased, very satisfying, because we know how dangerous a team Luton are. But our performance for large parts really pleased me, and hugely satisfied with the win.
What pleased you most in terms of patterns of play, bringing players on? You know, it just seemed like you were in control throughout the whole game.
I thought the intensity and the energy we brought to the first half was incredible. It was exactly what we asked the players to do. You know, we always want to, I suppose, give the supporters something to be really excited about. And I thought we were true to that in the first half. And in the second half, I thought it was a spell where Luton came into it because they're a very good team, and we weathered that storm in a straightforward manner and ended the game very strongly, which is what we wanted.
Jack, it's a tough place to come, so how do you sum up that performance out there?
Yeah, it is tough to come here. They've got a lot of quality. We knew that coming here. Yeah, frustrated really, because I thought today we had to win more duels defensively, and we had to have more of the ball and more moments where we recognised to try and keep it, which I thought then would generate some more threat for us, and we didn't do that.
As for the penalty, do you think it should have been a red card? I saw you visibly frustrated on the sidelines.
I did, yeah. I did think it should be a red card, but then I was told that apparently the rule is not that now, and double jeopardy or something like that. But that's subjective in my opinion, because you know it can look like someone's going for the ball and knowing that he's never going to get the ball. So yeah, I did think it was a red card, but yeah, the ref didn't.
Perry, great win, and what a finish for your goal.
Yeah, it was nice. Scored a few nice ones this season, so it's nice to have another one.
Special day for you, your 200th appearance for Cardiff City. How much does that mean to reach such a big milestone?
I've loved every minute of being at this football club. We've had a tough couple of years, but this season's been fantastic with Brian and staff, and I'm just made up to play 200 games, hopefully many more to come.
So Cardiff extend their unbeaten run to 11 and secure their spot at the top of League One for another weekend. However, second place Lincoln City would stay within 2 points if they could beat third place Bolton Wanderers. Both clubs are in flying form, having won their last 4.
2 in the centre at the moment. Moylan. Oh, good play by Moylan. Chance to shoot! Oh, I thought he hit the woodwork. It's gone behind and out for a goal kick, but it was wonderful play by Moylan. Tom Hamer to get it deep into the penalty area. Oh, it's a terrific one. Well, it went the full distance, and Moylan it was again. It was on the end of it. Well, we know it's a threat, but that is a monster throw-in, and Moylan really should have scored, shouldn't he? Blackett-Taylor. Good support from McAtee, who puts the ball in. Oh, it's hit the woodwork. Well, for the second time this afternoon, John McAtee with the ball in. It was obviously looking for a teammate, but caused all sorts of problems here. Reach. That's the encouraging sign when he gets forward. Moylan just knocks it down, and Moylan again! Listen to the noise inside the ground. It's a huge moment for Lincoln City. They want promotion, but they want it automatically, and this is a huge game today. Jack Moylan, who hit the crossbar, gives Lincoln the lead. into stoppage time in this first half. This is Hackett. Teases it towards the back post, and it's a really good save. And then over the crossbar from Hamer. Bonham grimaces. 2-0 would have been a long way back at half-time. Breaks for Moylan. And Moylan to Hackett. Can Hackett get the shot away? Moylan! Great save! And it's over from Freddie Draper. And Draper will hope that that isn't a big miss this afternoon. Bradley with the header. Moylan and Hackett and Street. Street once more. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, Lincoln to regret this. The goalkeeper could only stand and watch as Rob Street hit the post. Into the mix it goes and in. Bolton have an equaliser. Celebrations. Sam Dolby is the man taking the celebrations. Well, it was just put into the mixer and he managed somehow to guide it on target. It's a huge goal for Bolton Wanderers.
Pleased to get a result. Obviously, we knew how important this game was. We're third in the table, trying to catch second, so we didn't feel as though we could afford to lose any more ground. We would have liked to have closed the gap if possible. So yeah, it was a good old battle, and it was probably, from a neutral's point of view, decent to watch.
Let's wrap up the rest of today's League One action, starting with 5th place Huddersfield Town, who remain unbeaten under Liam Manning. The Terriers were on the road at fellow playoff contenders Stevenage.
Bit of a slip there from Freestone. Reed into Matt Phillips. He's got clear of Wallace. Fabulous save from Nichols. White's free kick. And Piergiani! And Liam Manning may well be staring at his first league defeat as manager of Huddersfield. Good trying to deal with it, but not dealing with it well enough. Asher! Oh! Agonisingly wide. Baldwin delivers the cross, which has gone all the way through to Wright, who lofts it back in. That's a high one. Bass with the punch, but it's turned in by Bobby Poynton. A mistake by the Peterborough keeper. And Poynton pounced, Bradford in front. Nerfield taking on Johnston, and he's got the beating of him. Delivers a cross for Jackson! It's 2-0. Jackson's first for the club, and thoroughly deserved. Metcalf's free kick. He's hit the post. Bradford hungry for more, and so close there.
Dawson. They can get the first contact. Reading still have it though. Oh, they've let that run. He's in, is he? Oh, he is! Marriott catches Wickham sleeping. So far, the only team to come up with a telling bit of quality, and the goal scorer is potentially on for a second of the afternoon! Lots of men forward in yellow. Helped on. Oh, it's found its way through! They have got that all-important next goal. It is well and truly game on here. Woodrow has stayed out wide. Haggleshaw goes for goal! And we are all to play for inside the final 20. The hosts, who are in real danger of potentially losing a game that they've led 2-0, as Marriott scores a hat-trick! Unbelievable stuff here! Their only sniff at goal in the second half, and And it's a first ever Reading hat-trick for Jack Marriott.
Blackpool manager Ian Evatt was confined to the stands because of a one-match touchline ban, and boy did Plymouth make him squirm. Just before the half-hour, Alex Mitchell was quickest to Herbie Kane's free kick for his first goal since joining on loan from Charlton. And 11 minutes later, he thought he'd got a second, but no matter, Bailey Peacock-Farrell couldn't keep out Bim Peppel on the rebound. Suddenly, that round trip of 624 miles from Devon didn't feel that long after all. And still the crosses from the Blackpool right kept raining in. 4 minutes into first half stoppage time, and Malachy Boateng got in on the action as Peacock-Farrell was left exposed again. 3-0 down with not one shot on target so far. No wonder the Blackpool boss had taken off his glasses and his earpiece. His defenders weren't listening to him, however hard he'd worked with them on the training ground. And on the hour, Plymouth again showed their hosts how to find the goal. Caleb Watts was perfectly placed to make it 4-0 with his 5th goal of the season, which capped an impressive 5th win in 7 away games for Tom Cleverley's team, now climbing away from relegation towards mid-table safety. Unlike Blackpool, the run-in is not looking pretty for home fans, and their cause won't have been helped by an ugly confrontation late on between James Husband and Argyle substitute Xavier Amici, under the nose of referee Paul Howard. Amici was shown a yellow card, but after that retaliation, Husband opened himself up to a straight red for violent conduct. Just what Evatt needed to complete his day.
Barnsley faced AFC Wimbledon, still adapting to life without departed leading scorer Davis Keeler-Dunn. But after an impressive demonstration of strength and skill by Reyes Cleary, veteran David McGoldrick showed he's still good for a goal or two. That's 8 for the season, 6 in his last 6. 4 minutes after that, Barnsley had a second. McGoldrick and Cleary were involved again. This time they combined to create the chance for Tom Bradshaw, who last scored for Barnsley back in August 2018. After 8 years away, he returned earlier this month, a goal to mark his second home debut. Something of a shock for Wimbledon, who'd won their last 2, but they responded well, and on 25 minutes they hauled themselves back into it. Omar Bouguel's header, 2-1. That was his 3rd of the season and his first since October, but just a couple of minutes later he had another. James Tilley teased the Barnsley defence, another Bouguel header, all square. In Wimbledon's 3-2 win over Reading last weekend, Marcus Brown notched a hat-trick. And on 74 minutes, the same player made it 3-2 again. After a stuttering start, they were now looking good for 3 points. There were just 3 minutes of the 90 remaining when, with Barnsley piling forward, McGoldrick's shot was saved by Owen Goodman, but Scott Banks followed up to score the equaliser, his first for the club. It salvaged a point.
Would this prove to be Gary Colwell's final game in charge of the Grecians, having done little to distance himself this week from the vacant job at his former club Wigan? His extra forward for now, Jayden Wareham, maybe should be shelling out for some chocolates after the host goalkeeper Joe Whitworth bailed him out. Chasing successive wins for the first time since September, the Cobblers' Elliot Liss couldn't do better with the rebounds. Around a minute later, Wareham at the right end couldn't deliver the Grecians' first goal in over 2.5 weeks. At the full-time whistle, a show of appreciation towards the boss, but that was Gary Colwell's farewell. Clearly he'll be missed.
Cardiff extend their lead at the top to 4 points after Lincoln and Bolton shared the spoils. Bradford leapfrog Huddersfield into 5th. Reading jumped to 7th, just 3 points off the playoffs after back-to-back wins. None of the teams in the relegation zone were in league action today, so it's a chance for the teams above the dreaded dotted line to move clear. Northampton climbed to 17th after a draw. Blackpool dropped to 19th after a 4-0 home loss to Plymouth. We shift our focus to the Championship next, including dugout debuts for 2 of the league's new recruits. Plus, Millwall eye up 3rd spot, and Swansea City aim to extend their winning run. Watford hired their 3rd permanent manager of the campaign this week, with Ed Still taking the reins. Ed is the 2nd member of the Still family to manage in the Championship this season after his brother Will's spell at Southampton. The new Hornets boss made his EFL debut at Deepdale against Preston North End.
Ed Still's Watford era is up and running, and tricky opposition today here at Deepdale. And this is promising for Preston. Jefferson lays it off, an early chance, a superb block. Coming in from Douglas, he'd say it looked like Alfie Devine would add to his tally. Well, plenty of encouragement from the new boss. Whiteman's going to get it back here. Decent delivery, lovely touch. And Lewis Dobbin gives Preston the lead. It was the most delicate of touches towards Selvig's goal. Whiteman with the delivery. And look at that touch from Dobbin. Well, he left Dobbin behind. And it's already taken by Amat will deliver it, and the header goalwards has to be clawed away by Cornell. First real involvement for David Cornell. Loser moving the ball quickly out to Mayama again, and here he goes again. He gets some space, Mayama, and he scores for Watford. The first goal of the Ed Still era. Mayama heads straight for the Watford bench. The travelling supporters have something to celebrate. It is Preston 1, Watford 1. Here come Watford again. Is there to be a quick turnaround in towards Cam Gordon? There is! Well, would you believe it? In a matter of minutes, Watford have turned this one around. They have come out for the second half, much more focus, and it was the half-time sub, Ba involved. Celebrations all round. And a good run for Lang here. And still Lang goes, and he tries to thread it through for Osmajic. Osmajic! Instant impact from the substitutes. Lang on his debut tees up Osmajic, who continues his fine run of scoring against Watford. It's his 5th goal against them in his English football career. And Preston are level. And it's bounced here awkwardly for Preston. They can't get rid of it at the moment. And the volley, and it's somehow stayed out. Oh, well, that is incredible. Preston North End 2, Watford 2.
What a game. Entertaining, definitely. To come away with a point is a good point. But I hope that not just the team, the dressing room, and everybody inside the club, I hope the fans have taken a bit of belief away from the performance and what they saw in the second half, and it's something that we really want to build on now.
11 days after Blackburn parted ways with Valérien Ismaël, the club announced Northern Ireland manager Michael O'Neill would take over as Rovers boss. The 56-year-old has agreed a joint role until the end of the season, sharing his time between club and international duties. He went straight into the dugout for today's trip to QPR.
Points are feeling like a must here. Blackburn trying to escape the dreaded bottom three. QPR trying to get into the coveted playoff spots. What a ball from Morishita! And Jorgensen's put it in! Out of nothing. Having done so much defending in the last 10 minutes, Blackburn Rovers lead. A goal that takes them out of the bottom three as things stand. And a rare one too for Matthias Jorgensen. Benny into Vale, into Edwards, nice. That was meant to be a shot. Doesn't matter now, it's an assist for Saito, who's looked like QPR's most dangerous player anyway. And he's made it 1-1 here. Good football, and then a bit of luck. Hayden was trying to score there, surely. But what a finish from Saito. Well, that's a good ball. He's in again, and he's scored again. Matthias Jorgensen. Can Blackburn hold on to the lead this time? Saito had his pocket picked by Tronstadt. Perfect weight of pass, and another gorgeous finish. It's QPR 1, Blackburn 2, and this has been a humdinger of a first half. Another good cross, brilliant chance, 3-1. Murashita, gorgeous cross, huge hole between Dunn and Cook. Credit to Sondra Tronstadt for the ball in.
You've spoken about the draw of Blackburn Football Club for you, but also your thanks to the Northern Irish FA for allowing you to do this role. What was the big draw?
I've obviously got a big game in March, which I'm more than prepared for already, given the time frame from November when we last played. So I can only see myself being, you know, more ready for the playoff game when it comes around by obviously going through these experiences leading into it.
Over to you, Mr. Ingleson. Makes it short this time. Kabatsky. That's a driven effort from distance. The keeper spilt it, and it's turned in. And it's Jamal Lowe. It was McNeil's effort, a driven effort, one that Crocombe really ought to have been holding on to. Helped on. Watson, and it's in. Millwall have their equaliser. The final touch was from Sheffield Wednesday's McGee. Tom Watson worked it onto the left foot, drove it across the face of goal. All it needed was a touch. In the end, it was Paul McGee who turned it into the back of his own net. Here's Mitchell. Kramer continues his run. Femi Aziz just glides past his man. Low delivery into the box. And Millwall are in front. And it's Macaulay Langstaff. An inspired couple of substitutions from Alex Neil. Brilliant from Aziz, the delivery, excellent. And it's Sheffield Wednesday 1, Millwall 2. Doughty's ball in. Header towards the far post, and Ivanovic, his effort comes off the bottom of the crossbar. Did it go in? No, says the referee. Well, Millwall thought they'd extended their lead there. The ball did not cross the line from Mihailo Ivanovic.
And now Swift. On to Adams. Swift gets it back. Adams is into position. And Bishop! Well, the whistle has already blown here. The Portsmouth fans and the Portsmouth players very surprised by the decision. The referee had decided that this was a foul by Adams. The ball in is flicked away only as far as Segacic. And, well, what would have happened had Bishop not have gone for the ball? Segacic smashed one into the ground. It was certainly on target. Bindon, who's really impressed in this game, clears that one away. Not seen much from Campbell since his arrival in the second half. He's looked for O'Hare. He's giving it back to Campbell, and it comes through. And Brooks is there, and Sheffield United have snatched this from nowhere. Andre Brooks, who's been so free scoring over recent matches, waiting in the right place, touches in, and it looks as though Sheffield United have the 3 points in the bag. Well, Portsmouth had better opportunities, but didn't find the back of the net. Bishop looking to change that. Ali, he's going to go on his own. He goes for the front post twice, and Cooper is there to save twice. And maybe there were better options available there to Melenik Ali. It's a Sheffield United smash and grab.
The mentality of the group to stay with it towards the end was first class, and obviously, I think, you know, with 10 minutes to go, we'd have took a draw, but to get a winner is fabulous for everybody.
Derby deliver from a set piece. Oh, just off the line and in! And it's the former Swansea man, Rhian Brewster.
with his third in as many games. Derby hit the front right at the start of this second half. It was a corner that led to the Derby first. What about this time? Ajibang! Well, he is deadly from set plays, and he's into double figures for the season. Derby's second has put them well on the way to 3 points, and perhaps even a place in the top 6 this evening.
With the top 2 meeting on Sunday, it was a chance for Millwall to close the gap on the front runners, and they did. The Lions are now just 3 points behind Coventry. Derby were the big movers, jumping 5 places to replace Wrexham in the playoff spots. It was a fantastic start for Michael O'Neill, as Blackburn jumped out of the relegation zone and up to 19th after their first away win since November. Leicester drop into the bottom 3. Sheffield United are now just 6 points from the playoffs.
There's still one more championship game to be played, and it's a biggie. The top 2 go head-to-head on Monday night, and you can watch it live on ITV4. Our build-up to Coventry against Middlesbrough starts at 7:30.
And sticking with Middlesbrough ahead of that massive match, they're among the first wave of clubs to achieve gold in the Equality Code of Practice. The EFL awards gold status to clubs demonstrating exceptional commitment to prioritising equality, diversity and inclusion. Middlesbrough recently teamed up with fans to launch the My Club, My Shirt initiative. Middlesbrough train station is host to an exhibition that celebrates the diversity of the club's fan base.
We're here to celebrate the My Borough, My Shirt exhibition that's been a fan-led project selling the inclusion, diversity of our fans across the Teesside community. Fans are the heartbeat of the football club, and this is a wonderful opportunity to celebrate them, you know. So I think we're a one-town football club, there's a really close connection with the fans, but this just is another opportunity to show and showcase how brilliant they are, but obviously to show the inclusion, diversity which we fully support in this community.
We see complete range, male, female, young, old, people from different ethnic backgrounds. It's telling the story, the real story of Middlesbrough. It's great to be able to tell that at the railway station, a part of where people are welcomed in.
It's quite a humbling experience because I never thought the exhibition would end up somewhere so public and for so long. And I think it's important because it represents the community as a whole, and I think that's important.
There's a mouth-watering fixture to get our teeth into next. Table toppers Bromley take on 3rd place Notts County, along with the rest of the 4th tier front runners. There was a huge game at the top of League Two as league leaders Bromley hosted 3rd place Notts County. The home team came into this game on the back of a 12-match unbeaten run, while Martin Patterson's side had the chance to make it 7 wins in a row.
Top team against the form team. Who could pull rank in front of another home crowd of 5,000? Answer, the leaders, courtesy of a header which was claimed by Bromley's Michael Cheek, then credited as an own goal by County's joint top scorer Matt Dennis. But on the back of their run of 6 straight wins, County were more than ready to respond, and Jody Jones' pacey run underlined their determination, however much home defender Marcus Eiffel may have disputed the penalty decision. Jones was on a mission to ruffle home feathers, and that included homekeeper Grant Smith if necessary. But County had their wings trimmed when Scott Robertson got his timing wrong as Jude Arthurs was accelerating towards goal. And after an earlier yellow card for diving, Robertson knew what was coming from the referee. The 10 men also knew what to expect from their hosts, and they duly flooded forward. Twice in stoppage time, Idris Odoteo fired in dangerous crosses, but Cheek and Brooklyn Alunga were blocked by a resolute rearguard. So like the game at Meadow Lane in August, the points were shared.
Looking to go level with their best home run since 2018. League Two's top scorers didn't leave us waiting long to break the deadlock, profiting from Newport keeper Jordan Wright's rather tentative distribution. Inside the opening 90 seconds, Aaron Collins couldn't miss, could he, against his hometown club? Who would be a keeper, hey, living their roller coaster existence? At fault for the game's opener, the Exiles shot stopper Wright on the hour was adjudged to have fouled MK's top scorer, Callum Patterson. Redemption followed, though, as Patterson's penalty was saved. 1-0 is how it would end. Another blow to Newport's fading survival hopes.
Cambridge manager Neil Harris was named Manager of the Month after his team's impressive start to the year. The Player of the Month award went to Ben Knight for his 5 goals in January. His first in February put the U's 1-up against Bristol Rovers. These teams had met 3 times already this season, with Rovers coming out on top twice. And they had the chance to draw themselves level here when Joe Quigley went down in the box. Having won the penalty, he took it himself. 1-1 at the break. In the second half, Cambridge's set pieces proved a real problem for the visitors. Kel Watts wasn't too far off restoring their lead. Then, following another corner from the same side, Rovers' Alfie Kilgore fouled Mamadou Joad. In spite of the protests, the penalty was given. Knight with the chance to add his second. The strike of a player in peak form, that's 8 for the season. It wasn't a corner, but a long throw that brought Cambridge's third. Sean Raggett won the first header, Watts won the second. After a blip last weekend against Harrogate, it's back-to-back wins for League Two's form team.
A mid-table clash on paper, but both these teams have aspirations beyond that and some decent form. Sam Vokes couldn't take one of several good chances for Gillingham, denied by Ian Lawler. And the crew keeper played his part in the game's decisive moment. Lawler's punt downfield helped on by Mickey Dimitriou and swept home by Adrian Thibault. His first league goal of the season as Crewe slipped, not exactly quietly, into the playoff places.
Burko puts it into the box. And it's kept alive and then fired home by Morgan. And Shrewsbury Town take the lead. Minimum of 4 minutes to be played at the end of the first 45 as the long throw is launched in. It's hit from the edge of the box. Drynan takes a shot at it. And it's ended up in. There were appeals for handball. It's a good through ball. And the cross is in and Lloyd slides it home. And Shrewsbury Town get themselves back in front. Corner's a dangerous one, and Lloyd fires it. It's blocked on the line. Somehow it stays out. It's in. Freeman fires home, and surely that will be 3 precious points for Shrewsbury Town.
The rest of League Two comes after the break, where Harrogate Town were looking to build on a rare victory. And it's all change at Barrow, as Paul Gallagher departs and Dino Marmria jumps on board. Paul Gallagher's short reign at Barrow is over after losing all 5 of his matches, making him the shortest-serving permanent manager in the EFL this season. The Cumbrian club immediately turned to former Burton Albion manager Dino Marmria to battle the threat of relegation.
After his whirlwind appointment on Thursday, Barrow's new coach said he was here to help his players and simplify things for them. And at times during his first game in charge, Dino Marmria's new side did struggle with the basics. Colchester striker Samson Tovide left all on his own 6 yards out, a mistake they got away with. There are definitely defensive areas for Marmria to work on, and Colchester seemed likely to take advantage of them in the end. A neatly worked move did get the ball in the net, but Will Goodwin was offside. And with 5 minutes left, the Bluebirds got their new boss bounce and their first home league win since September. The goal scorer as unexpected as the Valentine's card on your doormat, and just as welcome. Niall Canavan's first league goal for more than 2 years gave Marmria a lovely start.
Chesterfield faced bottom club Harrogate unbeaten in 3 and hoping to maintain a push for a playoff spot. Lee Bonis was close to giving them an 8-minute lead. The follow-up from Tom Pearce, not so close. Bowness didn't have to wait long for another sight of goal. 4 minutes later, Liam Mandeville floated the most inviting of crosses. Still plenty for Bowness to do. Expertly finished for his 8th league goal of the season. Their noses in front, Chesterfield pressed for a second. It needed every last inch of Harrogate keeper Henry Gray to prevent Pearce from making it 2-0. Just before the hour, a bizarre incident which saw Chesterfield reduced to 10 men. As their goal-scorer Bowness waited to return to play after receiving treatment, he kicked the ball away to prevent Harrogate from taking a quick throw-in. He'd been booked just a couple of minutes earlier. He never made it back onto the pitch. It proved to be a pivotal moment. With a man advantage, Harrogate pressed for an equaliser. In 84 minutes, they got their reward. Substitute Tobias Brennan made it 1-1 with his first goal in senior football.
Two sides seeking improvements and hoping they can turn the corner. Mets on the Wirral. They've bruised after a run of 6 successive league defeats. Tranmere certainly craved a spark. And it was home debutant Zach Obiera who provided it when he scored his first EFL goal. An excellent effort finished off emphatically after a Valentine's Day gift from the visitors. Revitalised, the host pursued breathing space. James Plant left nothing to the imagination as he rocked the bar from point-blank range. The Crawley boss, Scott Lindsay, has implored their fans to stick with them in their fight to get clear of the bottom two. Ronan Darcy's break should have drew the Red Devils level. On the stroke of half-time, the hosts struck once more. After Charlie Whittaker, according to the referee Andrew Humphreys, was hauled down. Stepping up to convert, Joe Ironside made no mistake. He slid his penalty in, notching his 6th goal of the season. And clamouring for a clean sheet, Marco Morosi's fingertips deep in stoppage time pushed Dion Pereira's drive onto the woodwork. This a much-needed step forward for the Rovers.
Oldham manager Mickey Mellon has pride of place in the Fleetwood Hall of Fame for leading them into the EFL, and his former charges made it a hard first half for his current side. Matt Hudson did well to keep out this effort from Man United loanee Ethan Ennis. But in first half stoppage time, Hudson barely caught a glimpse of an expert free kick from Mark Helm, another from the Man United academy. Mellon's double change in attack for the second period made a difference, though. The pair combined late on. Kane Drummond to Jack Stevens, who finished coolly for his 3rd goal in his last 6 appearances. Having lost the last 3 and failed to score in 2 of them, this was progress. But Town's interim boss Matt Lawler almost snatched his 2nd win when Helm's fast feet couldn't deliver the game-changing shot to match. As for the league table, these two couldn't be separated.
Glover, neat footwork, crosses deflected, second chance here, Assombalonga! Wonderful save, Joe Day at full stretch. Tries to sweep it outright for Thomas. In step Chinedu, he's brought down by Jude Boyd, who has already been booked. And Jude Boyd is about to be sent off, and Cheltenham Town will finish the game with 10 men.
Bromley stay 4 points clear at the top after their draw with Notts County. Cambridge replaced the Magpies in the automatic promotion places. Crewe jumped 3 places to 7th after back-to-back wins. Walsall drop out of the playoff spots. Harrogate move into 23rd after their point. Newport slipped to the foot of the table. Dino Marmary enjoyed his first game as Barrow manager, ending their 6-match losing streak with a victory. Back-to-back wins for Shrewsbury means they are now 7 points clear of danger.
And don't forget, for more Championship chat, make sure you check out the ITV Sports YouTube channel, where the team will be discussing a big story from the second-tier weekend. We'll be back next Saturday for a full slate of EFL fixtures to enjoy. Tune in at 9 p.m. on ITV4 for that.
That's a wrap from us here in Wales, and we'll leave you with a Valentine's Day poem. Roses are red, Cardiff are blue, and 4 points clear as their competitors drew. Bye for now.
Turnbull, Cardiff strike first. Cupid's arrow.
Moylan again. Listen to the noise inside the ground. Into the mix it goes and in. It's a huge goal for Bolton Wanderers.